Good morning, Center Pepin kindergarten friends and families. This is the second part of our video for our math lesson today. I'm going to take you through the two activities. One is a board game, an activity game, and the next one is just a activity sheet to focus in on the 10 frames that we talked about in our math chat today. So I'm going to take you through the Racing Bears game. I've made a little demonstration here on my closet door. I had to get creative, and so we'll talk about what you can use for manipulatives, pretty much anything that you have at home. And like I said, we're going to be talking about ways that you can modify the activity if you aren't able to print out the materials from the link. I'll share with you how I made my own board. Okay? All right. So I'm going to talk with you about the directions, and again, this way here, if you don't have access to a printer or technology, I will go over the directions, so that way there you can play the game and you don't have to worry about having anything printed out. Also, if you are able to access the link, you are given the directions to the game. I know that we've played it in our classroom, but I think it's great to have the directions just in case your child may forget, and it's been a while since we've played it, so I hope you enjoy. So the activity, again, is called Racing Bears. So you're assigned a color. So you have your orange, you have your yellow, you have your green, and you have your blue, okay? Typically we use the bear manipulatives that we have in the classroom, but we have to get creative. So for this game here, I did use stickies because I thought it would be easy for me to lift up and then go up each number, okay? Count on. But you can use, and I picked out some things that were in my basement. I had some geometric shapes. I have my cube here, my tile, I should say. I found some stickers that were square shaped, so you could place a sticker on. Just don't take the back off, because then you can't move it, but just leave the back on. So just another manipulative. I have clear tiles that I had downstairs in my basement, and I also have some letter cubes here that could be used, but you could use Legos, you could use pom-poms, you could use Cheerio cereal, whatever you have available to you, okay? So what I did, because I didn't have any dice here at home, I was able to download some clip art, and again, I'll show you how you can do that in case you can't access the materials. So I did a multiple pile, so I made more than one copy, and I'm going to just mix them up a little bit, and then that way there, it's kind of random as far as the numbers and how they're picked. So, okay, and then we'll keep that one there. Okay, and then you can just reuse the pile as you go. So if I have my pile, and I'm going to leave the pile down so that the white part is facing up, I'm going to turn it over, and I have 3, okay? So you can talk about the number, okay? So 3, so I would assign myself a color bear, okay? It can be more than one person. It can be just your child playing. It can be the family playing. So I'm going to choose the orange. So my number was 3, so I'm going to move my sticky. Here's my start, okay? And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, okay? So it would be on the 3, okay? Just avoid that last part there, okay? So then the next player would pick, and then it would be a 1, okay? So even if your child is playing by themselves, they could choose another color and move that piece up the game board. So if I did the yellow, and I was going up 1 space, so again, here's my starting point, okay? And I would go up to the 1. All right? So the idea of the game is to get your piece all the way up to the number 10, okay? All right, so when all 4 bears have reached the 10th spot, right, up at the top, then the game is over, all right? So the skills that we're working on are counting, adding on to a certain number, okay, knowing when to go up a certain amount of spaces, So there are a lot of math skills in this game. And there's turn-taking skills. So again, you have that social piece involved as well. So that's pretty much the game. I'm going to show you right now a modification, or if you wanted to make the game with your child. So what I did was I did a game, sorry. And so I made my lines. I didn't have a ruler here at home. I did have a folder, and I kind of used that to make my straight lines going down and across. So again, you can have your child help you with the writing. You could talk about shapes. I used circles instead of bears, but it's the same idea. So again, okay, going up all the way up to 10, you can have your child write the numbers in the space going up, so you're practicing that number writing. So I thought this was a great way to make that change if you don't have the material sent to you from the link. Also for the dice, what I did was I made my own. Okay, so again, you could talk about shapes. So have your child draw the square and then make the dot inside. So it's a three dot, it would be one dot on each. So you have one, then you would have two, and then you would have one with the third. And I made extra copies just so that I would have them. And so if you want to do that, that's fine. Or you can just keep reusing the ones that you make so you don't have to double make a set. That's fine too. Okay. So I think that's it for the racing bears. We went over the manipulatives. We talked about the directions. Again, we're available to you through email if you have any questions playing the game. We'll be glad to walk you through it. The last activity I have for you today is, like I said, it's more of a worksheet. And so it talks about our 10 frame. So it says, look at the circles in the base 10 and use the colors to demonstrate the first number, and use a yellow crayon to help you do the second number. So you could do the 3 red on top, okay? And you could do the 2 yellow on bottom, all right? Okay, and so then you would count them, and then you would add it. So 3 plus 2 equals 5. And again, if you don't have this materials, I'm going to show you real quick how you can do that. You can just basically draw the 10 frame. So you can draw a rectangle on a blank piece of paper, okay, and get creative. Okay. Okay, and you can make up your own, okay? So here, I just did the rectangle, I did the 10 frame space, and I just copied it right here, 3 plus 2 equals 5. So here you have, on this first sheet, you have all within 5, and on the second sheet, again, you're within 5. So there's no, you're just adding within 5. So it's not going up to 10, but you can if you want. And families, if you decide that you want to take and extend it to make adding within 10, you can do that. You can make your own. It's flexible. Whatever you can do, however you want to support your child in this activity is totally okay. All right. It's here for you to make changes and to use as you wish. All right. So I hope you found this helpful. And I'm just gonna, before I forget, I just want to make sure that I color in the 3 at the top and the 2 at the bottom. Sorry, I wasn't. And so here's what it would look like, all right? And just as an aside, if you don't have red or yellow, you can choose two other colors that you have. So no worries, okay? Make it your own, all right? It's just to get them thinking about adding within 5 or adding within 10. So picking up on what I was saying, I hope you found these activities useful. On Friday, I'll be coming to you with an outdoor mindfulness activity that I hope you enjoy. But until then, have a wonderful Wednesday and happy learning. Thank you. Bye.